Hello and welcome to Dearest Tabletop, and today we have a video that's called Mordheim, my first game. And yeah, I had a blast playing it. How did it came to this, me playing a Mordheim? So let me show you. A couple of weeks ago, so Mordheim was always on my mind. From the early 2000s, always Mordheim. I wanted to play it. A friend of mine tried to build something like this, but we never get to play it. We played 40k and other systems instead, fantasy. But yeah, and then of course here Eric's hobby shop always made some cool videos, and I said, man, I would love to play something like this. I mean, take a look at it, it's just amazing. Yes, and then you have a warband, and let me fill you in on what Mordheim, the City of Damned is. So Mordheim is a city, I think, in the Empire, in the world of Warhammer Fantasy, and it is hit by a comet full with warpstone, or it's a warpstone comet, and it brings magical powers, and it's very expensive, and the Skaven use it to mutate things. And so the city is damned and it's fallen, but there are certain warbands looting for warpstone, and that's where Mordheim plays. And that is why we love it, because you can kit bash things, you can put together a warband. It's full of creativity, and it's also very quirky and very funny. We'll see that in that battle report right now. And yeah, I always wanted to enjoy it. And a couple of weeks ago, beautiful. And a couple of weeks ago, a friend of mine. Wait a second, let me save this. I have to take a look later at this. And a friend of mine a couple of weeks ago just said to me, hey, do you want to play Mordheim? And I said, man, I'm in too many systems. I can't play another system. And he said, just pick a faction, and that's it. And I said, okay, I pick High Elves, because I have a bunch of High Elves, and I have Skaven, and I have Warhammer Fantasy armies. And he said, okay, pick another one. And I said, okay, I want dwarves. I want fantasy dwarves. And so he printed me some dwarves, because I had these dwarves. I had them as plastic models. I think these dwarves are the one from, in German it's called, which one? That one with the dwarves and the goblins, 5th or 6th edition fantasy, I think. Blutinsel, Shadow irgendwas. I don't recall it, but fantasy dwarves, I had them, and then I sold them because I was doing nothing with them. And so he printed them up, and he said, I was also thinking, do I put them on square bases or round bases, but the square bases were just too tiny, and I couldn't do anything on those, and I need a bit more room. And so I'm pretty happy, because I was always a fan of these minis and I wanted to play them. Little did I know that dwarves do not move very far and do not have a high initiative. But yeah, so I went to a friend yesterday. He has a hobby room with another friend, which Alex, you might know. I play with him 40k, and I play with him Bold Action and A Song of Ice and Fire. And so I took a few of these with me, and we put together a warband, a chieftain. I think these two I will play as troll slayers, an engineer, 2 guys with crossbows, and a warrior. But it's not the best composition, but just for start, yes. You have a certain amount of gold, you can buy people. Dwarves are very proud people. They only become treasure hunter if they're falling into disgrace or something terrible has happened. But this dwarven warband, wants to see some action in Mordheim, and so let's bring them. They're just assembled and nothing else. So, but I will paint them, and I think I'm in love with Mordheim. And yeah, and my friend, this is the beautiful table. I mean, look at this. This is Mordheim. This is why this game is so beautifully, with a beautiful map, with some beautiful buildings which you can take off. Some of them, not all of them. Some of them are fully assembled, but some of them, like this tower, you can take it apart. And yeah, that's where we're playing. And I'm playing on this table side, and Alex is playing on the different table side. And Alex is bringing the Carnival of, I don't know what these guys called, but they have some beautiful names like Gummy Bear and Dandelion and all of this thing. Like they have all flowers named, but these are the Carnival. And they have, I think this is a Plague Bearer and a Nurgling. And I think these are 3D printed. And yeah, it's a big warband. They have 2 or 3 heavy hitters, and I'm totally outclassed, outmatched, as in every first game I do. But you shall know no fear. And this is the boss, a wizard, and yeah. And these guys are some brutes. And so we're setting up on the table. We're getting briefed on the core rules and all of that stuff. And what else? Yeah, let's go into the game. So I take this table edge. I think you can 8 inches or 12 inches is the deployment zone. There are 3 warpstone markers, mission objectives we have to hold. And the more you hold, the more gold you will score. If you lose 2 guys, then you have to test for morale. If you fail that morale test, you just flee with your warband. And I'm already liking all of the mechanics and the buildings. And man, I'm totally into fantasy. I'm OG Warhammer fantasy. That was my first true love, and all of that good stuff, like from the 90s, Necromunda. Gorka Morka I never played, but yeah, that stuff. And so you can see the setup beautifully. He's explaining some of the rules to us, which I will come in a second. And yeah, beautiful guy. Look at this guy in a wheelchair. I don't know what he does, but he has a pipe. He will hit somebody. Oh yeah, he's explaining if you wound a guy, then if you wound him on a 1 or 2, he's lying on the ground, like he gets hit, but he goes on his back, and he can recover next turn. If you're hitting on a 3 or wounding on a 3 and a 4, he's down on his belly, and it's hard to get up. And if you're wounding it on a 5 or 6, he's out of action. And yeah. Then I put down my warband. I want to put them all together on the field, but then the host is saying maybe you want to put your guys with rifles or crossbows. I'm taking the crossbows because I think the rifles or the muskets, they can shoot any other turn. And with a crossbow, you can shoot every turn because like it's hard to reload a powder gun, something like that. And I'm saying, yeah, okay, no problem. I put them on elevated positions, but they look already great. Little do I know that dwarves move very slow, and yeah, I shouldn't have a problem with that. We'll see. Yeah, and then he puts up his Carnival and heavy hitters, many guys. Yeah, it's kind of good warband. That is not part of the warband. That is part of the scenery. And here, a beautiful plague bearer. And yeah, he puts his guys behind enemy terrain at the other end of the board, and my dwarves are ready to rumble. It's turn 1, and I've put my guys with the muskets, or more or less with the crossbows, in positions where they can see the whole board, and they can shoot. But if you shoot at long range, you're losing 1 ballistic skill. If there is cover, you're losing again. It's again harder to hit, and we'll see. So I'm shooting at this guys, and as you can see here is movement, weapon skill, ballistic skill, initiative, and the dwarves do not look very good. But I didn't know that. I thought, okay, they're tough, but they're not that strong. But yeah. And I'm shooting from this table edge to this table edge, and I think I need a 6 to hit because it's over half distance. and that gives me -1, so on a 4-up, and then the enemy is in cover, so that gives me -1 to hit, so on a 6 I hit, and I roll a 6. I roll a 6, and I roll again a 6, and that thing is out of action. Yeah, Löwenzähnchen it's called, and this guy is out of action. First shot. So the Carnival sets in motion. This is good. This is a cool picture, and they are wild, and these things are not anymore human. I think they have strength and toughness 4, and weapon strength is 6, and yeah. So turn 2. I think there are 8 turns, and we're moving kind of fast through the motions. It's next turn. I think I run all my dwarves, but they don't run that far, like just 6 inches. And then I take another shot at these guys, and again I do the impossible. I think I think on a 5 I hit one, I hit him, and I do not take him out of action, but he falls on his back. So I rolled a 1 or a 2. My guys are hiding behind this terrain because it's hard to get a good charge position. These guys enter the building and secure the warp stone. They are ready to defend it, and this is the situation right now, the moment. And it's turn 3. I'm shooting again, and I'm hitting the boss of the Carnival, and I'm taking it out of action again, like very lucky crossbow shots. And as you can see, my dwarves already engaged with these guys, but I did run him up, but I couldn't stop the enemy from charging me, and this guy is out of action for now, maybe dead. So I'm pretty afraid of these big boy hitters, and yeah, the guy can see me, but I'm within 4 inches, and so he rolls on his initiative. He has a very low initiative of 1 and 2, but my friend Alex rolls a 1, and so this guy moves because he hears something, and he's now engaging pretty soon my dwarfs. And now, as you can see, he charged with everything my dwarfs, and when you charge the enemy, you get the priority. So you strike first, you gain the strike first ability, which is really bad for the guy who gets charged, which is me, with my dwarves with low initiative. And so he starts hitting my guys, and I think he misses a bunch of rolls, and I'm pretty happy. Then it's my turn to hit back, and all of my guys have double axes, unless this I think this guy has an axe and a shield, but all the other guys have double axe, and I miss a bunch of shots, and nobody gets really hit. And then we carry on, and as you can see here, nobody's losing anything. It's a pretty terrible fight, but then this guy takes my boss out of action, and it's turn 4, and we're rolling for initiative and hitting each other, and I think we're missing a bunch of things, but yeah, nobody's scoring much. And then he kills my second slayer, or takes him out. I kill this guy and maybe that guy, and so as you can see, I took two guys from him. He took another guy, my slayer, and then I think it's looking pretty grim for my dwarves, because 2 big hitters are facing me now, and I don't have really the power to get them down. And so it's turn 5, and I flee the scenery, and like the Skaven, I say flee to fight another day. And after the game is where the fun really starts, because now I have to roll for these guys. Are they alive? And this guy survives, and this guy survives, so they're not dead. But this guy gets himself captured, and you roll a bunch of things. And so the Troll Slayer, which names was Lobuk, he gets taken by the Chaos Warband, and I wanted to buy him free, but the Chaos Warband Alex sacrificed him to the Chaos Gods for some blessings, and so I couldn't buy him free, and he died. And this guy, Grodnik, the Other Slayer, kind of leveled up, and yeah, they won this scenario, and everybody got a bunch of gold. Some people leveled up, and yeah, it's a pretty fun game. It's a really fun game. As you can see, we're rolling here for gold, we're rolling for trades. The dwarves kinda, like, this is now my Dwarven Warband, and they kinda get a good loot, some good money, and I think if I would have played it again, I would have left these at home and maybe taken a few more Dwarven warriors, or I don't know, like I'm pretty much a noob, but it was such a fun game. And today I made a playlist, and in that playlist is a guy who explains a bunch of Mordheim rules, and I will do a bunch of Mordheim videos. And fear is a great rule, like you cannot charge this guy because this guy causes fear. Also, there are Bretonnians you can play, and I will look into that. And yeah, just I had a blast, and we'll see us maybe with more Mordheim soon. Let me know what you think. See ya.